What is up, Tesla team? Today we're going to be talking about Tesla, which is up about 3.8%. We're going to be going over what is currently happening in Tesla, what I'm going to be looking for as we head into earnings, and what exactly I want to see in order for the trend to flip back to bullish. Now, at the end of last month, I personally sold the rest of my Tesla shares, and boy, did the internet hate me for it. It is crazy to see how people react when I'm just sharing what I'm doing. I'm never telling anybody what to do. That's not my goal. That's not my MO, but I had to stick to my system. I have rules for a reason. If I don't follow my rules, then what's the point in having them? And as we'll talk about today, the rules don't always play out the way that we want them to, but I have to stick to them. Now, if we take a look at Tesla first and foremost, you're going to see that technically we are not in a bull cycle as of right now. In order to have a bull cycle in Tesla or the market, you guys can get access to our free bull cycle course, which will show you exactly what needs to happen and give you the indicators that we're going to talk about today. But basically, we need the monthly BX to be showing buying pressure, increasing red or green, and we need to see the 33 fair value band be green. And as of right now, none of those are happening, right? Now, I want you guys to understand from a framework perspective that just because the monthly BX is red does not mean that it has to crater. Like, you can actually see that it was red back here in June and price just sat sideways. You can see that it was red back here in April and price actually rallied. You can see that price was actually sitting sideways here for about half a year and it didn't crater. But if Tesla is going to crater, or if a stock is going to crater, it is always going to be when the monthly BX is red. And so that's why I pump the brakes, because the number one thing that I'm looking to do is, yes, make a profit, but I'm looking to avoid catastrophic failure over everything. I don't want to just buy and hold something and have it crater 70%. If it means that I get out and I just get back in a month later and I overpay, I'm totally okay with doing that than just bag holding something if things go wrong. So I don't necessarily think that that's going to happen. I just have to stick to my system and I have to get out. I can get right back in like I did in August of 2025. And while we were up at 1.50%, we gave back most of those profits. We'll talk about that in a moment. So I'm not looking for perfection here. Like that's not the goal. If you look at the long-term strategy, it only has a 47% win rate. That is literally about a coin toss. But what makes our strategy so strong is that if we are right, we are going to normally make 19 times what we would lose if we are wrong. So when we enter into a bull cycle, on average, we're going to have a 1 to 200% rally. And on average, the loss is going to be about 12%. I am totally okay with that long term. Like, that is insane. That is a profit factor of 17 and a total return of $4,800%. And I want you to understand before we move on, this is why I didn't sell back in December. Right? At one point, we were up 50%. And yes, we gave back almost all of the profits. And the cycle from start to finish only ended up 8%. But I don't care. I'm not here to look for 20, 30% returns on Tesla. I am looking for multi-year bull cycles. And our expectation by that bull cycle was moved to 550 up to 650. And it didn't happen, but that's okay. I'm not here to look for small 20, 30% profits. I'm looking for multi-year bull cycles, and that didn't happen. I'm looking for life-changing money and life-changing asymmetric returns. This is how we were able to make such a big return back in January of 2025 when we had that massive rally. And what we did was, as price was continuing to run, we were scaling out. This move was only 50%, so I just didn't remove anything. And I'm totally okay and fine and happy with the decision that I made. Now, with all of that said, the monthly BX is still dark red. And my expectation I hope this doesn't happen. Like, truly, I don't have puts. I do not care if Tesla bounces. I hope it does. Like, for the sake of you guys, because I know a lot of you are still in this and a lot of you are still long-term, I want this to rally. I would way rather you guys time the bottom and this push to all-time highs and I get in again at 400 or 420 and I overpay than being right and having Tesla drop down to 280 bucks. I make no money if that happens. I don't give a shit about my reputation if that happens. If I am right or wrong, none of that matters. I'd rather you guys profit genuinely. But the worst case scenario, in my opinion, is a continued move down to $300 to $280. Where does that come from? Well, first and foremost, if we look at the monthly fair value band, which you can get access to this fair value band indicator in the bull cycle trading blueprint, you will see that normally in a bull cycle, price will pull back into this and use it as a support. In a bear cycle, price will you push into it and use it as a resistance. So last time we had a sell-off like this on the monthly BX, price pulled right into the fair value band and bounced. So I think worst case 320 to 260 price would bounce within that range. The second thing is the smart money zone. Same exact deal. Last time this occurred, price pulled right into the smart money zone and price bounced. So my worst case scenario here is a move down into that smart money zone. Worst case 320 to 280. Now, from a short-term perspective, what I would want to do here is go into the daily chart, and I'd want to pop on that 33 fair value band once again that you can get here. You're going to notice that going all the way back into December, we have been trading under this fair value band. Every single time price has bounced into this fair value band, price has rejected. This is what's known as bear structure. In bullish structure, or when the monthly BX is showing strength, normally every single pullback that we have in the market is going to lead to a bounce. And what we want to do is buy the bottoms and sell the tops, right? Once structure shifts, every single bounce that occurs tends to be a trap. And so what we want to do is wait until the shift happens again and the retest in order to see the trend flip back to bullish. So in the case of Tesla, what I would really want to see if I am still in this is I want to see this band break, price move above it, the band turn green, and then price pull back in and start to move its way back up. Until that happens, my worries are still valid for a potential rejection between 380 to 390. So at the end of the day, I'm out of this position. I genuinely and truly hope that it pushes to all-time highs. I don't mind getting back in at 400 or 420. I don't care about my reputation. I don't care about being wrong. None of it fucking matters. You guys all know, and I've proven this hundreds of times before, that you can be wrong more than you're right. Look right here and make a shit ton of money. But as of now, I have to stick to my system. There's no point in having a system and having rules if I'm just going to deviate from them as soon as something happens. If I was in this short term, what I would really want to see is price push back above 380 to 390, fair value band flip green, ultimately monthly BX increase. I'd want to see the pull back, and then we can start making that move to the high. As always, guys, thank you for all of the support. It truly means the world to me. I love and am grateful for each and every single one of you and all of the attention and support that you give me in watching these videos and supporting the community. And I'll see you guys next time.